I mean, question for you when it comes to racing, right?
Racing,
yeah,
as
like
in running?
Running, yeah.
Okay.
What about like sprints? Do you think like men or women?
I think that fully depends on how much you train for it.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
I think that fully depends on how much you train for that.
Okay, so a woman who trains the hardest versus a man who trains the hardest.
Well, then it would depend how much you're born with natural talent in it. And that's dependent on every person, not gender.
Who currently holds the world record for...
Don't know.
Don't know? If I told you it was a man?
Then on that standpoint, then he was that during that moment.
You do realize that the world record holder for the women's 100-meter sprint, she wouldn't even qualify to compete with the men. You understand this, right?
I don't watch running.
Right, but so I've just presented to you with a fact. The world record holder of all time, when it comes to the women's 100-meter, she would not even qualify to be able to compete against the men.
I think that partially has to do with expectations. All throughout time, let's take gymnastics for an example. Gymnastics used to be a much simpler sport than it is today. But as sports develop...
Running, point A, point B, straight line, as fast as you can. What?
I'm getting there.
The expectations of the 100-meter sprint.
Very big thing that you have to train even harder for. Men, well, for one, I'm sure, I don't know the actual statistics of this or the facts of this, but I'm sure men have done sports for a longer time competitively than women have.
What? Women have been in the Olympics since...
I'm not talking about the Olympics, I'm talking about in general. Anyhow.
Okay, so just to be clear, a woman who's been sprinting her whole life versus a man who's been sprinting her whole life.
I think we place more importance usually on men's sports in our society. That's seen by soccer as well. You always hear about male soccer stars. You don't really tend to hear as much about...
That's because the men are better.
No, not really.
Yes, really.
So the expectations
the market dictates reality.
The expectations...
Do you watch soccer?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Name a woman soccer player.
I can't name any soccer player.
Really?
I don't pay attention.
Because if I were to ask a man who watches soccer, he could tell me 100 male soccer players. You can't name one, and you watch women's soccer?
Can you name a team?
The Barcelona team. I watch them play.
The Barcelona team?
Yeah.
Do you watch the United States team?
No, I don't watch stuff.
She only watches what's the name of the Barcelona team?
FCB.
Huh?
FCB.
Barca. Men's soccer.
No, they have a women team.
Is it? I don't know. I don't watch women's soccer.
Barca.
It's still called Barca for the women. They don't have different names.
There's women. There's Barca men's.
Can you name one female soccer player?
I can't name a female or a male. I watch them play.
Really?
I don't care
Messi,
who they are.
Ronaldo.
I can't name one other than one you hear constantly in the media. No.
And the one you hear constantly are all male. No.
How are the girls at this table not like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I hear two names constantly, Cristiano Ronaldo, whatever, and
Holy
Messi.
Shit.
But I usually hear that from people
So
just
female
arguing
sprinters,
about it for no reason.
back to this, female sprinters have not had the same opportunities as male sprinters.
I didn't say opportunities.
So is there sexism in sprinting? Is that your argument?
No, I said expectancy.
So if there was more expectation on women to run faster, they would
train harder. They'd have to.
And they would be able to beat the men.
Possibly.
Ellen, do me one solid, bro. I know, Ellen, you don't want to talk about this shit. Bro, just look at her and be just tell her, yo, you're fucking retarded. Just say it for me, please. Don't say, I'm kidding. Don't say that.
That's such a not really polite statement to say to somebody. Even if you believe she was... I mean, she can hold her own beliefs. I have my opinions.
What are your opinions on this? You don't have to call her the R word. That was wrong of me.
I just feel like she can hold her own opinions. I don't agree with them, but that's...
Is she wrong, though, factually?
I mean, there's my opinion, there's her opinion. I can share my opinion, but that's the limit.
Just curious, why don't you want to, risk offense?
I would have high career aspirations. And I don't want to offend anybody. Like,
you think it would impact your career prospects for you to say that, generally speaking, men are stronger than women, and when it comes to various sporting events, women just cannot compete with men?
I told you I have my opinion, and I don't
think that's even controversial to say. It's just reality.
Why'd you come on this podcast if you don't want to say controversial stuff?
If I'm being honest, I came here because my friend invited me, and I didn't want to say no. Honestly.
Wait,
okay, whatever. Here. So, okay, whatever. Look, I don't know. There's something to be said about like the unwillingness to like speak the truth. I just find that interesting.
To be fair, when joining the podcast, I had this pretense that it was going to be majority about dating, where it's mostly...
Yeah, we've talked substantially about dating.
Substantially more so about politics, in my opinion.
I agree with that. I think
that has been very misleading and kind of...
I mean, Chloe, you've been trying to get on the show for like, I don't know exactly when you first messaged us on Instagram, then you got sick and you had to cancel. You've been trying to get on the show for a while, so you've been aware of... It's not like I've been sitting here being... March 24th, you sent us a message on the Instagram page.
Oh, and then after that, I didn't wind up...
And then you got sick. In any case, I mean, you have plenty of time to investigate the nature of the podcast, but we are exploring...
When I'm told something, I take it as... You say it's a dating podcast. It's going to be about dating. It's going to be about... that substantially and majoritarily, especially since the name of it and whatnot is literally a dating podcast. You don't come on expecting to mostly talk about whether something's gay or not gay, or whether... That has to do with
dating. The genesis of the question was, is it straight for a man to date a trans woman?
But it's more politically aligned, and it's not so much... That has to do...
How'd you find out about this podcast?
I simply saw that they were looking for people online. That's all.
All right.
Sleepy Bear donated $200. She's only proving that she's the type of liar willing to lie to cover a lie. There's no way she believes women are stronger than men.
Here, there's a thing you can pull up super quick on this. It's in the... I'm trying to find where it is. It's called, you can just type the URL, boysversuswomen.com. And like, I don't know if this is going to be compelling to you, but it's like, I think it could maybe change your view on this.
I never talked about the general aspect. I've been saying this whole time. In my personal experience,
okay, go ahead, pull it up.
The women I know have been stronger than the men I know.
Okay, that's fine. So this is boys versus men. So this is male high school athletes. Mm-hmm. Male high school athletes versus female Olympians. Mm-hmm. So I believe this is comparing U.S. high school athletes, not international, versus female Olympians from every single country. Mm-hmm. The overall medal count would be as follows. If you had just the male high school athletes compete against female Olympians, scroll down. Track and field, scroll down a bit more. Track and field, scroll down just a teeny bit. Yeah, that's good. It's going to reorder it. Okay. So if you had boys compete against the Olympic women's finalists, the boys would take the first 8 places for the 100 meter, the 200 meter. Scroll down. Scroll down. This is not male Olympians versus female Olympians. This is high school boys. 400 meters, they take the first 8 places. 800 meters, they take the first 8 places. Scroll down. 5,000 meters. So women do beat out the boys, in the 5,000 meters. There actually is something to indicate that, like, for distance, women can sometimes like edge out men a little bit. 400 meter hurdles.
So interesting.
But the comparison here is between boys. I believe if it was women versus men, the men would still win for the 5,000 meters if they were both male Olympians. 400 meter hurdles. They take all the first 8 places. Scroll down. 4 times 100 meter relay. We're going to skip down a little further after this one to, they take the first 2 places, then 8. Scroll all the way down. Let's go to swimming, pole vault, high jump. Actually, wait, go back up to the one up. High jump, pole vault. The high school boys beat the female Olympians. Scroll down. Scroll more. Scroll down. Track and field, swimming. Let's look at swimming for a bit. All right. They take the first 8 places. They take all the top places. Scroll down. This is for the 200. You're a swimmer, right, Ellen?
I am a swimmer.
Okay. All right. The boys outcompete the female Olympians in the, what is the LC?
That's long course.
Long course. Okay.
Meters.
They take all 3 medals in the 400 long course. Scroll down. This is the 800 long course, 100 long course meter backstroke. They take first and second. Okay, next. Scroll down a little further. Just keep going. Breaststroke, butterfly. Okay, scroll down. Scroll down further. I'm just going to skip some of the swimming stuff. Is there anything else? No, that's pretty much it. So it's track, field, swimming. Is this compelling to you at all?
Like I said prior, this is about my opinion, which relates to my experiences. And I've answered that is through my experiences. So my answer still stands. Through my experiences, that answer still stands.
Okay. All right, I'm going to move off that, but it's certainly an interesting take.